Well, this feels like a government job, they're waiting waiting for everything.
Okay. So what I had written down,
I'm gonna say, read me the motion, would you, and then I'll.
it's not pretty. Amend the motion to accept the bid with adjustments and pending the ownership
Resolution,
resolution.
okay, I would make that motion.
Do we want to add the addendum of,
That's what he
Oh,
just
said.
said, kind of what he just
the
said,
addendum of sidewalk?
is that not what you?
I'll add that word.
Okay,
I'll second that.
Ed, Bob and Bob. Any other discussion on the bid? All in favor on the amended motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion amended.
Okay, so that does what we needed to do to buys us our time.
Yeah, and if we get to day 45 and that ownership thing isn't sorted, we're gonna have to.
Revisit things, yeah. Matt, aren't you glad you joined this group today?
Yes. Oh my God, guys, thank you all for having me. If I could, if I may, for just one brief moment, if I offer a reflection, if it's all right. Now, Jason, even though we didn't get a chance to stop at 319 Main during my visit, seeing it on the agenda today, it meant a lot. We had an old bank that I worked on, and buildings like an old bank tend to hold a lot of deep sense of trust and community memory. And I think a lot of the projects that we work on are like that, the kind of work that really resonates with my values. And I just want to say that I appreciate the care and patience that this board brings to places like this, and that you're working on, and the respect you show for the history and the future. So, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the work you do.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
I have to jump off for an 11, so thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye-bye.
Next meeting, we have a problem.
Oh,
Can't be here,
wait a minute, let me know.
I'll be in Florida, so.
and I'm a good chance that I'm not gonna be here. We picked the 17th.
Here's Matt's resume, for browse it, that's everyone.
Last month we had tentatively chosen the 17th, and
Yeah.
there's a good chance I'll know today, but I think I'm not gonna be here.
So 3 of you are out,
Mhm.
3 of you are gone.
Well, it's gonna look at it, versus.
We picked,
Tuesday.
Why
17th.
the week before or the week after?
Well. The first 3 weeks of February, or at least the second and third are probably out for me, but Ed can be here on Mondays, but not on Tuesdays. But you may be gone anyway.
well, all right, so the 17th is when we moved it to. Yeah, I would be gone. So I'm not available the second week or the third week.
Neither am I. Tentatively.
Brian with the Y.
I'm in Florida, I mean, I can join Zoom, but.
That doesn't count.
Give it a
Sorry, count for the forum.
What about the 23rd?
There, I would be back.
I could make that work.
February 23rd? I'm in Florida, for the whole month.
I can't be here the 23rd, but, I may be able to change that though, so.
I don't know, he's just not.
Bob, you're good.
He's a Tentative for day.
tentative.
We can have 2 gone, it's just, at night, somebody's gotta run a meeting.
Here.
So it's.
As far as I know.
23rd.
23rd is the day.
Okay.
Is it
And
definite?
can we confirm, because I'll put together a press release saying that the rest of the year, we're meeting the 3rd Monday,
Yeah,
as normal. Is that okay?
Make a press release?
I have that standard letter.
Oh, that'd be great.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
I don't know if it needs a vote. or
well,
not.
we looked at holidays,
It's usually not a problem.
Mondays usually aren't. Like 4th of July,
And I have some. You know. Gobbledygook that I put in there that says subject to change. So,
Okay, any other, good the order, anything, motion to adjourn?
What are we doing with that almond plot, just in case I forget?
Now it's just on hold, hopefully maybe we can put one of these cross mods there, or we.
That was my question.
Down
Did
to
we do
that.
that, or-
Well, I'm reaching out to the other habitats, we've been habitat, would still be cost effective if they wanted to. To be the labor on that, that would bring the price way down, we could work with them, that, and, or both. Bring the scale down to one floor and have them work on it, save us a lot of different options, but.
what about,
But we gotta, I feel like we gotta clear some things off the burners now that we got going on, everything's moving
Plan
around.
kind of had a bike button thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Call if you need anything.
Okay, some reason we were ready to spend $625,000 on that property. Is there some reason that we can't just order one of those cross mods ourselves and not wait for the
The
grant?
only reason it's different for that property is because it's in a floodplain, so the cross mount foundation would have, the building would have to be built to the foundation that is there. It's gonna be there.
Well, that,
It's good.
not necessarily, we could revisit that whole discussion with DEC
Yeah, we can.
and see if that's really applicable anymore, now that we've demolished it and there's no foundation or anything left.
There would be a new build, would just have to be 2 feet above the floodplain, so you just build up, either
Which we
build up
built
dirt,
anyway.
you walk it, yeah, but. It can definitely be.
So I
We
think we shouldn't use that as our reason out, we just know that's another,
Yeah, but that, out of that 6 that we were gonna use, we only had 3 of it out of this grant, 3 from the next grant. So we still plan on for the next grant, but now we kind of, that other 3, we moved it around, we already eaten that up, so. Going back to that site, isn't gonna happen until next year anyway, or
right,
later, but. Yeah, I think that and now that, 111's opened up too. Maybe we get this problem, where the habitat.
One on Main Street, Ballard.
oh,
300,000 just keep put on the
We
4 to 6 project, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did, yeah.
exactly what just happened,
Correct.
but if we win this cross mod. Approval, this cross mod thing for 13, if we went back and said, hey.
Yeah.
Can we do 15? We have 2 more spots, and then like addendums, maybe, it'd be worth an ask, and then we get 2 more, boom, we got 2 more right there.
or when we reapply, we had, but,
Yeah,
I just. It occurred to me as we were sitting here talking about that, we fully planned, we were all ready to go.
No, not all, just.
Well, we weren't loving it, but
but, yeah.
we were ready to go,
None of us are happy about it.
and do we have to actually wait for the grant program?
I would say the one consideration there is. They had a minimum of 10 units for a reason, because it makes it worth the manufacturers go out to the area.
So doing one, we're gonna get, we'll be upwards of the new build prices probably. I mean, these are almost, it is fully subsidized, so it's not like. If we were putting it in ourselves, we're looking at $325 per unit. We'll probably only get 175, 150 for these things, so.
And
So even
the other,
those things.
That's what it cost, we went to like an owl home and
Yeah, probably about 300, 350. And then,
still half price.
the other.
But it's still half the size though, too.
yeah, still half the building. Half price, half this building.
My other thing that went through my head during this meeting was, while our grant money shows up in those 4 pages of treasury report. I'm kind of getting lost on the money that's actually in each project. Because,
When she brought up that track, we should talk about that tracker, we should bring up that tracker more often, though, we have a tracker that we have in each grant, in each property on this website, in each.
we just whipped 100,000 from this to that, and did something else, and, it's like, where do we stand on Grover Street, where do we stand on?
And I think, like you just said, that spreadsheet that they had up there outlines all that, but we've never been privy to it, and.
Yeah, Pop and I would talk about, yeah, exactly, but I mean, we can talk about every time, my fear is if I start bringing that stuff up. So it's like,
Well, I don't know. I don't even know if it requires it to be off during the meeting unless there's a particular question, but. when we're making these quick decisions. Like we just did. It's really hard to like. Because none of us have seen that detail in a long time, so.
I think this month was a little more confusing because. Who asked for the 2 million, they said no, because we weren't. Completely, so. Jason and Kate sat down and said, okay. We gotta revisit and move things around, and that's why this
And
time
new
it
build
was
back,
more.
backing off that new build open month, so in the last 2 months.
There's been a lot of movement where normally it's not as.
Yeah, but at your point, we should have tracked that better
Yeah.
and showed you more,
Right.
able to detail where it's going out. Another thing is, we could have probably had that already, but we met a week earlier this month, it really puts us on the chopping block. It really is hard for us to get this stuff out.
And now you got 2 extra weeks.
Now, 2 extra weeks.
Back on the other way.
We're gonna knock next month out of the park. Next,
With twice as much information for you.
yeah, we're gonna bring pizza, we're gonna be here till.
I think towards Karen's point, when you guys do sit down and you move money from here to here and here to there. I think a spreadsheet somewhat similar to that with a description of what we're doing with funding, where it's coming from, where it's going to. So we all know actually what we're voting on.
Yeah, it is a living doc, so we can, it's always, we can put it on a link where you guys can always just check in on, like, I'm wondering what we had, talking to somebody else about land bank, or what do you spend on that? Well, let me look, we go under, have a link with where you click and oh, there's 300 of that project, that was, or we're not even having any money for that project. It just that might help too, just so you guys can read, because usually when you want that information, it's
Not
not,
sitting here,
yeah, exactly, it's
usually in the field talking to somebody or something like that.
I have a question on cross mods. If it's a loan program. Where does that leave us with the sale?
we sell it and they take all the proceeds, we get a 6% developer fee.
But I mean, if we have, don't we have a loan to pay back?
Yeah,
The program has a loan to pay back, so it's a forgivable loan. Whatever, so say one of the units costs 350, and they loan us 350. We sell it for 150, we give them that 150, because it's sold, the rest of it's washed. And we get 6% development.
And what if it doesn't, what if you develop 10 and you only sell 7, they sit for 5 years?
You can't.
Then they wait 5 years, but I don't think that's gonna happen, but.
Yeah, the loan isn't necessarily our,
I think-
the program's loan, right?
Yeah.
Right, talking with Houghton and the municipality, there's a good chance we'll have these things sold before we put it, but there's a,
Yeah,
they're a hot item right now, so people
Yeah,
are.
for sure.
So cross mods is something above the manufacturer.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
program sponsored by the state. The state.
So move into your, the cross mod is a registered trademark of the style of manufactured home. It's a manufactured home that has all the aspects of a modular, but built like a
But all the
manufactured home.
construction of it.
Up to better code, up to,
These require full basements and
they don't, no.
They don't
yeah.
require full basements.
They can go on whatever, they require a basement. That's the difference between them and like a double wide, these things have to go on a basement.
On a slab.
They have to go on something, they don't go on. On a
They can be
slab,
a crawl space, but they're
Slab block.
crawl space,
Yeah, they have to-
concrete.
has to go on a permanent foundation, has to go on a permanent foundation, once that happens, it goes to the local code officers now. But whereas if it stayed on wheels, it would be a HUD product.
So the difference between a modular and a double wide, to my understanding, because I've built both, is the double wide, the frame stays attached and it's slid on, where my modular was lifted on with a crane, no metal ball set on the foundation.
Right,
What's the
that's why they call it a cross mod, it's,
So what is this?
it's built like a double wide with the framing on there. You take the wheels off and the framing actually becomes its support underneath it, and they block the framing that they haul it on, sits on the foundation. Onto the permanent
That's
foundation.
how my double wide was.
Right.
Right, so this is the same as, it would be similar to that, except but the building materials in the process is like a modular.
Are there specs out there to see what the building material is? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, each, yeah, they're all listed on the project, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
But each cross mod will have their own specs for each
I know my double wide,
built to.
my double wide, we had issues with floor joists and it was.
Well, that's why these cross mounted is such a better item, because they are built to New York State code
Yeah,
standards.
like a double wide, you can't get a conventional mortgage for a double wide. You get some HUD products, but you mostly
That's not
can't,
true.
you mostly can't, but
I got a mortgage for mine.
for your double wide, a conventional mortgage, well, that's. Okay, there's some loopholes, but the mostly manufactured products aren't usually backed by Sallie Mae, Freddie Mac. So conventional mortgages and other type of.
And the rules have changed recently too now, they cannot put a double wide on pylons or piers like they used to. It has to be a bare minimum of a complete pad.
Yes.
In the pad.
No basement?
The pad has.
Well, the pad has, the
But
pad has.
the minimum, you
structural-
have to have,
Yeah, that's in certain areas.
you have to have yes. It's more.
But they are built, so, look, these cross mods, particularly because they're from, you move in New York, are built to New York standard. You're not gonna get one of these cross mods from Massachusetts
Right.
or Carolinas and bring them up here and have a problem.
These are being
Built
bought with
to New
state
York
money,
State
they're
code.
being bought with state money, so the state's not gonna chintz it and be sued and.
So moved.
If I go way around the back.
Right.
That's what they made it.
You know where they're built?